Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
On the tackle.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
The ball carrier. The tackle made at the 44.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease, and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 more there and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Brady.
Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But it'll be second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on
When trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Into the red zone, it's Brady. He finds his target, it's Evans. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Working from the gun, it's Brady. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tom Brady to his old Patriot pal, Rob Gronkowski. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
It's never any fun, Brandon, when you're the defensive team and the first drive of the game, you give up a touchdown. The key is not to get down. Make those adjustments and come back for your next series with the intent of shutting them down.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Spencer will elect to not bring it out here. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Got a man. It's the rookie Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And 1.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive. It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. And opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Lock. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 36 yards on the play.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line, got to love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Philip Lindsay, the ball carrier.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The Bucs offense going to set up shop again here, and they're right now in the season 1-1. And, you know, Tom Brady, Charles, had never started his season 0-2 as a starting 3. He didn't want that to begin now. They get into the win column 31-17 in Week 2, beating the Carolina Panthers. Tom Brady, first game in his new digs. Of course, not the fanfare that many had hoped for, but still 217 yards through a touchdown pass to Mike Evans. But he did have a 3rd interception of the new year.
And remember, still learning his team, them still learning him. Talk about those receivers. That timing will come together, and that interception number will drop in a big way because Tom Brady just doesn't do that. He takes care of the ball well. But you did mention not the fanfare that many had hoped for, but enough fanfare that a Hall of Fame quarterback by the name of Brett Favre dropped by to see Tom Brady's home debut. How cool was that? Tom Brady performing in front of another Hall of Famer.
Did you tell me that he was wearing a Tampa Bay shirt?
Yeah, I think it said Tampa Bay.
Oh, dear.
So they're already renaming the city for TB12, and no real surprise there. Look, if they get to the Super Bowl, I think that name change might become official. They'll take another step towards that this week in Denver, and they'll have a new starting quarterback, Jeff Driscoll, stepping in for the injured Drew Lock.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. That's caught by Howard. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
To number 80.
Tom Brady with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes the score 14-7.
Bradley.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. To return it, here's Deontay Spencer. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
As Denver comes back out here, Charles, let's talk about the start of their season 0-2. Not the start, obviously, that they were hoping for, but their trip to Pittsburgh in Week 2 resulted in a pair of losses. The game, but more importantly, the talk after starting quarterback Drew Lock sidelined with a shoulder injury. Early reports have him out a few weeks, and really Denver right now dealing with a rash of injuries.
You're talking about losing Von Miller, their all-pro pass rusher. Philip Lindsay, their starting running back. Missed it, and tough to keep up with the AFC West with your top talent not on the field now. Von Miller did say this week that he's going to rehab hard, And if somehow they're in the playoff race late in the season, he hopes to return in December, but that's a long way away. But here are a few bright spots for them. Backup quarterback Jeff Driscoll, he played relatively well in week 2. Melvin Gordon now becomes the lead back as long as Lindsey's not playing, and he's been a lead back in the league before. They host Tampa Bay, who's 1-1, and then they visit the 0-2 New York Jets. Can they find a way to get a win or two in the next couple of weeks?
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Broncos 7.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap to Locke. This is the tight end fan. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Locke going to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. He's got his big tight end fan. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, 31 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. With a Brady-Gronk connection. Watch here with the Bucs in 2020. Of Tom Brady's 541 touchdown passes coming into 2020, Gronk's 78 were the most of any receiver. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady, he's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the Buccaneer first down.
Brady now on 1st down. He finds McCoy. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
First down, Buccaneers.
First carry now for the backup, LaShawn McCoy. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, that's a big day.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
For Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And Spencer will elect to not bring it out here. It's a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. Left side here, that's the tight end Fan. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
Locke working out of the gun. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the gun, Locke. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Handoff to Melvin Gordon.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws. And
oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
By Ndamukong Suh. A loss of 7. It's 4th down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't under-end here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Buccaneers.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Brady's throw there complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a 2nd down.
7 brings up 2nd.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. This for his running back, McCoy. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Sean McCoy.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. Their passing attack has a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Now a play fake. Brady. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Number 87, Rob.
Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. And what I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
On the return is Spencer. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. A lot of the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. Gets it to Gordon. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
For a Denver Broncos. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Lock now on 1st down. This is Fant on the short completion. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Lock. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Half for Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw Ronald Jones put together a nice first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Kenyon to kick off for Tampa Bay.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. On the return is Spencer. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get in the end zone, but then, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost. So.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Happy, make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And all the way home for a Broncos Broncos score. Tim Patrick, 50 yards. And the Broncos draw a bit closer.
For the extra point.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Bucs take over first down.
The spotlight now focuses on the quarterback, and that's Tom Brady. He's enjoying a great deal of success. His team is also enjoying a great deal of success.
Yeah, he's got that nice little, what I call the QB lean going right now. You see that little stroll that he's got
swagger
going? Yeah, he's definitely got that. You see him throwing the football, the nice little video. He's seeing that in his head as well because he wants more of that to happen. So anytime you see him that relaxed, that comfortable, usually it's a big thumbs up for his team.
Yeah, it's been a big highlight day for him. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifted that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Gronkowski the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Hey, CD, let's peer ahead to week 3 on the NFL slate. I'm looking down at the schedule here, seeing what catches my eye. How about the Rams at Buffalo? That's a pretty good game. A couple of 2-0 teams. Dallas at Seattle. What else do you have?
Well, how about Green Bay at New Orleans on Sunday night? We always talk about quarterback matchups that we'd love to see more of. You don't get to see very often Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, and this could be the last time if Drew Brees indeed heads towards retirement after this season. And how about the one that's going to cap off the weekend? Kansas City at Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how big is that one, right? Because there are a number of us who think that this is a preview of the AFC Championship game. But I want to go back to one you mentioned, the Rams and Buffalo. Two quarterbacks that continue to have to prove their greatness or even that they should have the job. Jared Goff with the Rams and of course, Josh Allen with Buffalo. Both of them off to really hot starts and looking good.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
On the play.
Well, whenever you talk about players that really broke out in the 2019 season, you better add Chris Godwin to that list. Over 1,300 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns. He was second among receivers last season receiving yards per game at 95. This guy combines great body control, excellent strength, and terrific route running ability to become a really big downfield threat.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Now Brady again. To Evans on the slant. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. On the return is Spencer. And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
For first and 10. At their own.
Denver's offense ready to go again. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. His throw incomplete.
Well, CD, unfortunately, some somber news across the league in Week 2 coming from New England Patriots running back James White because his parents were in a car crash And his father, Tyrone, captain of the Miami-Dade Police Department, passed away in that accident, and his mother, Lisa, also sustained critical injuries. So it was obviously a tough one. James White did not play in the game on Sunday, but we did see the outpouring of support from around the National Football League and how this really is one big family.
Yeah, he was really embraced, as you mentioned, by the National Football League. We saw social posts from plenty of players around the league, including Tom Brady, former teammate of his with the New England Patriots. We saw an outpouring in terms of, other guys around the league. J.J. Watt, who played with him in college at Wisconsin. And not only that, how about his own teammates? Devin McCourty scored a touchdown against Seattle and ran up and told the camera, "Hey, 2-8, we're thinking about you. We love you." And the rest of the guys chimed in from there. And the Patriots organization offered to fly him home on the private jet. He stayed with his team, stayed in their embrace. And now he has to go and face the difficult task of saying goodbye to his dad and tending to his mom. But he's got plenty of support from around the league, from the Patriots, and, of course, his own family.
Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Bucs' 48-yard line.
Lock to throw on. He'll get this one to Patrick. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tim Patrick, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the podcast.
I just grab a nugget when I can.
J-Don Dickens on the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10. At their own place.
And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp.
Well, Charles, glancing back to week 2 of the NFL, certainly there were a lot of great games. Unfortunately, though, it was a tough day for injuries across the league, and the team probably hit the hardest, the 49ers, losing Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas for the season. They also had Jimmy Garoppolo, Raheem Mostert also leaving that game, but they were certainly not the only team affected.
And remember, they were already missing George Samuel, right? Those guys didn't even play in that ball game. So this is a team. Richard Sherman, of course, is on IR. They've really struggled in the early going. How about the Giants losing the face of their team? And Saquon Barkley looks like an ACL gone for the season. And Cortland Sutton also done for the season with an ACL with the Denver Broncos. Tough sledding right now. Remember, Drew Lock, the quarterback, also hurt his shoulder in the last ball game.
And then Christian McCaffrey, they're saying likely at least a month for him of being out with that high ankle sprain. I guess maybe, CD, this is a good year to have just that 3-week IR rather than the longer spell.
It certainly is, and when you can have guys who can return faster for you, and you know that really helps the team out in a big way. Unfortunately for the Colts, former first-round pick and safety, starting safety for them.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. A former first-round pick of the Bucs, Mark Barron, drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
3rd and goal they decided to throw for, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Broncos.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll to Lindsey, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The ball carrier.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw it is Lock, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun. Lock. He's got his tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action in Denver. Open man. He completes it to Judy.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Again, it's Lock. This is the tight end Fant. And boy, he is very close to a first down.
Fant was a first-round pick in 2019, and he was picked because of his receiving skills. Had 40 catches in his rookie season for 562 yards. Did have 2 games where he topped 100 yards in each of those. Yes, he's still developing as a blocker, but that's not why he went in the first round. He went there for his ability to make big plays down the field.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. It's a slant to Gronkowski. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
18 on the play.
And there's a nice catch there by Rob Gronkowski. We all know the story. Came out of retirement, got himself traded to Tampa Bay from New England in order to reconnect with his favorite quarterback. And no one has caught more Tom Brady touchdowns than Gronk, and he expects to add to that total in Tampa Bay.
Throwing on first down is Brady. On the slant, he gets it to Gronkowski. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. What a game for this offense and the 43-year-old QB Tom Brady. And, hey, if they get points here, they can finally surpass his age on the scoreboard. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
The ball carrier.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll go again to Jones. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They needed a yard. They got it. First down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
A 6-yard pickup.
2nd and 4, they can still get a first down without scoring. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, 6-yard touchdown run as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
For the point after.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds... but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
On the return is Spencer. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap to Locke.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Locke.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They'll go for it. It's Locke, and it is incomplete. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 23. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Tampa.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 at this point. This is 3rd and 4. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And this
big time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go with Jones. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
Buccaneer 1st down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Brady now on 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Tom Brady, a touchdown pass to O.J. Howard.
And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
Ryan Suckup.
They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead is now 24.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Honors following the touchdown.
On the return is Spencer. And a very nice return up to the 35, but was it aided by something illegal? Let's find out. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
The throw taken in by Hamilton. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a pickup of 6.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lock. And down he goes, a Buccaneers sack. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
Oh, you know that did not feel good. Vita Vea with the sack there. And we know he's a big-time presence on the defensive line, especially against the run. But he'll surprise you with his quickness and his upfield agility in order to get to the quarterback. If you're blocking him, it's going to be a long afternoon or evening, a tough proposition.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. Got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Now Jones. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3.
Jones, the ball carrier.
A pitch down, it'll be 2nd and goal.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. On the return is Spencer. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They'll try again from the 36 on. Throwing again. Lock. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
He's going to let it fly. And unable Unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 20-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them. Always puzzled me a little bit.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.